A gentle walk round Townley Park in June 2022. Firstly, I went onto the normal car park and parked up, got my camera ready and set off over the little bridge and on up towards Townley Hall there in the distance. It's a long central walk up there, and you can imagine them in the 1800s going up there with coaches towards a big private house. It's a very well used park, lots of people about, and as I set off to go up, I just sort of take my time. There's a little bit of a zoom before I set off, and of course I've got to get the proverbial 99 ice cream, which takes me 20 minutes to eat. That's the bridge I've just come over from the car park, and now I'm about to turn and set off up. And that's the old bandstand that's been there since long before we were born. Now there's car parks been built up along front of the hall. The exorbitant rate of £1.20 per hour, I think it is. But as we just sweep across and look as we approach it, there's the hall, and to the right, of course, where the golf course is. Yeah, quite a lot of cars come up here, so it's easy to get up, even for people that aren't very mobile, and they can, they can make their way there, whether it be wheelchairs or whatever it might be. Yeah, I do like it up here, I must admit. And now the final bit of the journey. As we get up and walk up towards the wall and look across, you can't see the pond, it's just in front there where that spout is. But as you can see, the hall's still the same as it's always been. Very impressive. Plenty of people sat round and so on. That's the old coach house where Veronica used to work. She used to run all the catering in there a lot of years ago. I've walked up and sat down on a nice little form somewhere. I'm just taking a little bit of video. Now there's a golf course at the gate on the way in. It's a metropolitan course, but it's really well kept. Yeah, the greens are lovely. It's an 18-hole golf course. There used to be a 9, but that's moved on long since. Looking around just to the left here where they tee off, looking at the lovely greens and colours in there, which is just into the woods. I've seen a couple of squirrels already running about. Of course, at the gate there's the main map of the park, and that's at the entrance to the gate. A nearer view of the coach house. As you can see, it's pretty full outside. It's a restaurant upstairs, and they do weddings. Now here I am, sat on my phone, just having a look down, and at the grass in front of the pond. You can see all the birds, and of course the Canada geese birds shitting everywhere, which you can't really help. But it's so peaceful here. I've not been up for quite a long while during the day. I come with my drone. I usually come early morning and so on. So I've just put a zoom lens on my camera, and what you can see there looking through the trees is over on the long causeway is the wind farm, and you can just see 3 of the main towers there. That's quite a view. Come back a little bit from it, and yeah, I didn't think you could see those from here. Anyway, let's just have a look at what's sitting around the pool. So I put my normal lens back on, and here we are, a couple of the Premier League shitters in the goose world, and we now just a couple of photographs. It's very peaceful here. I could quite easily nod off, but I better not do. I'm just playing about with my camera, just watching them feed the birds, and trying the different colour schemes and so on, and getting used to this camera. There's always flocks of birds, ducks and stuff around here. It's quite nice. Anyway, I'll start to walk up towards the building, of course, which has remained like this probably for hundreds of years. It's it's a really fine place. That's looking back down the where I walked up from the car park. The building, well looked after, has been for years. It's quite impressive. You can go around inside, of course, but now people from out of town have to pay. But living in town, you can just quote your postcode and you're okay, and so on. Everything's really well looked after. Now I'm going to walk through the woods and head towards, there's a monument that on Remembrance Day. This is where there's one of the ceremonies held. It's for the wars, it's for the dead, and it's quite impressive. It's a very, very nice monument, especially with this backdrop. I mean, it's really nice to look at. We've got, so looking back and setting off walking back from the monument, I walk back towards the hall and just have a look at the gardens that are very well looked after. They're actually maintained right. There's a path through the woods where people go for a walk, long walks in fact, and it's it's quite a nice spot. I'm going to have a walk past, back past the park and go around the other side, past the garden I should say. It's an unusual looking tree, and have a walk round the back, looking from the other side. It's quite overgrown where I'm stood, but it's there are like where they come from school, these paths that go right through, nature trekking and so on. A lovely garden. Here's a form there. I'll go and plonk myself on it and take a photograph. Right, so that's not a bad photo from the side of the building. They now hold weddings in here, large scale stuff. There you are. There's a path goes left and one right, and it goes right round in a big circle, which allows people to take the kids and nature watch and do whatever they do. I'm not going too far on there, I'm just looking down at the stream. And then on the other side of the wall there is a bowling green, somebody playing actually, and you can get round and get into that if you want to go. So it's now time for me to take a final few photographs at this side on my way back, and then just take one near, one farther away, and so on, trying to get a good view of it, which is not bad. That's the main building where the weddings are. There's a really big place in there. I think they can take about 200 for dining, 180 to 200 for eating and so on. That's the garden from the other angle, which and now I'm walking back along the path. Well, there's the monument looking through the trees where I went earlier, and I'm walking back now towards the lake. I'm going to sit down again and just see what's there. Birds and animals, ducks and so on, and mallards sunning themselves. Me and Veronica, yeah, that's about as fast as we move. Yeah, it is, it's as fast as we move, that's for sure. Yeah, there's lots of, there's a magpie now near a tree, quite near to me. I have to salute now because I've not seen another one. It's going round, it's probably looking for some eggs to crunch because it's summer and they like to eat young birds that's just hatched, or eat as many eggs as they can. Yeah, it's so calm, but I am ready for setting off back. That's a still photograph through the trees with the zoom lens again. And now I'm back down near the car park. Now this is where Veronica's going to pick me up. She's hoping to come down here to pick me up. The ice cream van's there. Now I haven't got time to run to that, or I would do. I'd have another 99. I should have gone on 180 to start with. And here I can sit on my own. I don't have to talk to anybody. I'm back down onto the car park, just having a look at the fields before I go. There's the old changing room, which has never been renovated since we were young. couple of sky shots over the trees towards the golf course before I go, and here I am. Oh, 80p an hour. I did him an injustice. I said it were 120. 80p's a lot. And finally I'm ready for off. She's rung me now to tell me that she's going to be late, so I've gone back up to the hall just to stretch my legs and have a final look out across the old Townley Field, or Townley Homes as we call it, and it's ready to go. Oh, beautiful. Now I'm back down at the car park, sat here waiting as usual, and she will come eventually, I know that, unless she forgets me altogether, which she commonly does. That's all for now, folks. See you next time.